Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to our Tuesday YouTube question and answer session. And my name is Shaykh Muzeyyen Ansari, and this is Shaykh Ansari.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya Allah, ya Resulullah, ya Ali Veliyullah, ya Qadiri, ya Rifai, ya Hashimi, ya Muhammed, ya Salaam, ya El Hajar Hamza Ramazan. Al-Fatiha. All of them are all your disease. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammedin ve ala ali seyyidina Muhammed. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Er-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki yevmiddin. İyyâke na'budu ve iyyâke nestaîn. İhdina sıratal mustakîm. Sıratellezîne en'amte aleyhim. Gayril mağdubi aleyhim. Veleddâllîn. Amin. Yapacağız. Seviyoruz. Ben de yapıyorum. Sen de öyle yapıyorsun.
All right. We took care of our little technical difficulties. Thank you.
All right.
Our first question is.
We are Turkish people. My question is.
I did not.
Okay. Easy. Go ahead.
Okay.
What's the first question?
What is the relationship between the brain and the heart? And how does one know which one to follow? Very good question. Thank you for asking this question. This is actually one of the questions we get a lot. Yes. So Allah has created everything with a purpose and with a job. Our heart's job, Allah says, I did not fit into the whole universe, but I fit into my living devotee's heart. And heart is where our spiritual center is. And if Allah's energy is there, you would think that it's a logical conclusion that we would follow our heart. And our brain is there to lead us to our heart, to clear the way from our nafs so that we learn to connect to our heart, to Allah's presence in our heart, and learn to receive messages to our heart. And the training for this is done through our brain. Because if we did not have brain and just heart, what is going to learn? It is our brain learns to move our consciousness from this and that to our heart. Do you want to add anything to that?
I don't want to, but I have to, yes. All right. There is a hadith shelf. If you want to know Allah, you have to know yourself. Because it's called used nafs, I think it is ego. Allah doesn't have ego. Allah have self. His person, his own person. We call this Zat, Fard, F-A-R-D, Fard. And first thing is you have to know the factors in your body, how is you and Allah relationship is happening. Some automatic, some with will, with his will, and some with your will. What is going on? What is going on? Okay. It is very hard if you are a beginner to explain everything, but if you don't understand, wait, later on you okay. Don't dismiss nothing. Sufis don't dismiss anything. We have two backpacks, the one in the front and the one in the back. Whatever fits your situation now, put in the front bag to use it when you, if not, put in the backpack, but do not throw it away because you might need it later on in life. Allah does not always give you the answer for now, also for your future too. And let's see what do we have. We are soul. I should have 4 souls in your body. Then you are you are you have your brain, and then you have your heart, and then your physical senses, and you have these hormones connected to your nafs, ego. Okay? Ego is, nafs means from the nafas, breath. So it is in the lungs. It exists because Allah wants it to exist. It gives you, it has no logic, no wisdom. Whatever it tells you is for it, for the short term, short sighted decisions. And that affects your brain. The brain has to make a assessment. All this thing comes to your brain. And then the part of your body that is the auditor is your heart. Heart, Allah, haq is in your heart. It doesn't go this way or that way. It cannot be, heart cannot be corrupted. All right, so who are you? That's the part. Who are you? You who are in this body, combination of all those things, this virtual reality is you. Now, you look at your brain gives you what is right and what's wrong. It's your job to find it. But if you intend to listen to it, to logic, so your brain job is to provide your logic and connection to the heart. Whatever the heart says, brain has to accept it. But whatever the brain says, heart doesn't have to accept it. This is measured in devices. I'm not making these things up. Or
They must be familiar with heart math
heart math is
and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, they want to make money. Everything is money. Money is everybody's idol, you know. We want to make, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but this should not be your objective and sole goal, you know. So everything starts with your intention. The first thing you need to straighten up is your intention. What do you want? You want to be God for a while, your own boss, and do as you wish, but everything you do is a consequence. If you want to be on your own, you have to, I suggest, you have to follow Allah right and wrong. I suggest that if you don't either, you have to follow Allah right and wrong. You know, because you have a consequence. So the heart is Allah's stamp, seal. You want to do something. Your brain, logic, and then your heart says, good. How does he say this to you? If something is right, you feel good. Your heart feels good. If not, then it becomes anxious. when you're anxious, you know this is wrong. And for my students, we refer everything to Quran, even me and my wife. If you have a problem, we refer it to Quran, both of us.
It has actually, that was one of the agreements we made when we got married, and many years later, it has not it has always guided us.
Yes.
Right.
Allah has to come number one in your life. No matter how much you love your wife or kid and this and that. You cannot give in because you love your wife. The truth. If you love somebody, love your wife or kid and this that, more than Allah, or as Allah should be loved, then Allah will chastise you with that person. So, how do we listen to our heart? Is by being a Sufi, fighting against your ego, nafs, ego, and then cleaning your nafs, yourself, and then you can hear heart's voice and intend that you are going to follow your heart, not what your nafs, your heart or your nafs. Nafs is opposite of your heart, opposite of the truth. Heart is the truth, nafs is lie. Heart is wise, nafs is ignorant. So that's all, folks. Do we have another question?
Okay. We have, thank you for that question. It takes, if you have any questions, please type it up for us, and we will also answer them. We talked about hope last week, and I think that we need to talk a little bit more about that while we're waiting for that, if you don't mind.
Everybody's purpose is your own life. How is it going to be now and how is it going to be later?
Yeah.
And who decides on this? Allah and you. In your life, there are only two components, you and Allah. Now, we all start life with, we are trying to be our own boss, we want to do things and this and that. This is normal, we want to do. But later in life, we have to learn that, or some of us learn that, well, if I am my own boss, it is not going well.
Why?
Because Allah is wise and I'm not. Allah has a bigger data information than my brain. Even if I'm listening, if I don't even listen to that one, my brain. So if you are not after what is right, what is the truth, you will not be successful in life or in the hereafter. And then you are gonna go into depression. Why this happened to me? Why can't I make more money? Why can't I do this? And this depression takes you to hopelessness. Or you see the situation, especially old people. When old people get my age, they look, how much more can I go? But they don't care about anything anymore. There is no hope for them. They are going to soon be in the grave.
So they wait to die rather than they wait to live.
Yeah, I mean, so if you don't know when you're gonna, maybe you live 100 or 90 or whatever. So what's gonna happen? How old are you? I am 70. So You don't know Allah. That's why Allah didn't let you know when you're gonna die, so that you live every day as if you're not gonna die. And this is the norm. We all do things. But when we get older, we realize that there is very little time left, if according to the to the calculation, statistics, and even the Social Security does that. It says, "Oh, get retirement early because you don't know how much you're going to live." They all make these statistics. Well, anyway, if you are going to keep waiting, then you lost your hope. So, what is the hope to do? The hope is this: that it is not important when you're going to die. The hope is that you may have Allah still can have a good relationship with you. That's number one hope. You don't lose it at all. No matter how much you sin, that's what Mevlana said. No matter how much you sin, if you are this and that, then come to where? Not to Mevlana, to Allah. Allah will forgive you, and you can always. Allah is always waiting for you to try your turnaround for the truth. Does Allah need you? No. Does Allah need your worship? No. Does Allah need all anyone of it? Why? No. Why does Allah want you? For you. Because Allah knows what's going to happen next and you don't. And you're going to be so sorry, so bad. Can I go back after you reach the hereafter? Can I go back? No. Finished. I gave like that priest. Flood is coming. They said, I think it happens a lot in the United States, and especially in the South. They say voluntary vacation, please get out. And the priest says, no, Allah will say, God will take care of me. And then they send him the jeep, mandatory vacation. No, I don't want to go. Why? Because God will save me. Then the flood comes, they send him the boat. He doesn't want to go out. Then the water comes all the way to the roof. He climbs onto the roof and sitting on the roof. Send him another helicopter. He says, no, God will save me. And then he gets drowned. And he goes back to whatever that interrogation. He said, I have a problem with God. I have to talk to him. They said, okay, what is your problem? God says to his people, what's his problem? Is that the priest? Yes, yeah. They will tell him, I sent you the jeep, you didn't go. I sent you the boat, you didn't go. I sent the helicopter with you. I thought you wanted to be drowned, and I drowned you.
Not funny, but
So
it says Allah gives us guideposts all along the way and gives us signs to do what He wants us to do and gives us the hand of help all along.
Yes, Allah wrote you over there. It is up to you to hold on to it. And then with your brain, think, what is your future? What is the right thing to do? And then your heart will confirm that and get on. You followed your nerve so long. How are you doing? Allah asked me this. How are you? I'm not doing that well. So I'll say, who can do well? I mean, when the nerve is in, so you'll always be unhappy. Greed never brings happiness, and then happiness is only with Allah's zikr. Hearts find peace with Allah's zikr. When you know these truths, then you have to adhere to them, and you have to act with them, so that you'll be one with the truth. So you will be haq, true, and there is no death for you, no grief, no nothing. So
It sounds wonderful.
hope is holding to Allah, and there is always hope. Allah never kicks you out until you go so far away, far out in making Allah your enemy, then Allah can kick you out. That's why our Prophet, peace be upon him, said, when Allah asked him, what do you want? Please don't dismiss me from your service. We are saying the same thing. Allah, thank you very much for putting us in your service, and do not dismiss us from your service. What are you going to do? If you are not in Allah, so what are you going to do? You are going to be serving you. What do you want? I want this. You're never happy. You will be never happy. You want a car, and you look at the neighbor, oh, he has a better car. Well, I want like him. Then he looks at his neighbor, there's always more. There is always more, and you are never satisfied. The biggest richness is satisfaction, qanaat. If you have qanaat, you are rich, they say. But everybody thinks that having money, a lot of money,
with what you have.
a lot of money will make you happy. Then I don't know. Having a lot of things, if it makes you happy, check it out. Check it out. Let's say you have a yacht. Now you're concerned that you have to spend more time, some of your time, to take care of that yacht. Because it needs maintenance, it needs people, it needs this, it needs that. I was kind of telling Allah, Ya Rabbi, you see these Christians, these Catholic, I saw the Catholic church, it's a big church. And we have nothing. We are doing in the room. We have a room that Allah provided. Look at that. Why can't He give us one like this? And this and that. And I inquired, I looked, just the electric bill for that thing is thousands of dollars. The maintenance is so much. So how am I gonna? And then you have to spend time for this. Excuse me. I don't want a big church. What Allah gives me is the right thing. You can have a lot of houses. I have big houses, small houses. That you can have houses that a lot of these people, their houses, in Paris, in this, in that. But how long are they living in there? When can they find? Because they have to make money to pay for all this. So they have to keep working, whatever. You can be rich and be connected to Allah. That is good. You can be poor and not connected to Allah. That's bad. It is not the matter of who's rich and who's poor. It's a matter of your choice. So in other words, don't go out you think you're going to be happy. I'm telling you what will make you happy. Your connection to Allah will make you happy. If Allah makes you rich, I have no problem. All right, I think that's all for me.
We have one Turkish person. And also I have a question. Question is, how does the Shaykh come to know the Murid, especially when Murids are not physically close to Shaykh? Thank you. Very good question, appropriate question, especially during these times of the pandemic. Thank you.
Şimdi bir soru var, diyor ki, önce Türkçe konuşayım. Bir soru var, diyor ki, bir şeyh talebelerini nasıl biliyor? Özellikle şimdi bu pandemide uzakta çıkıyor, onları nasıl biliyor? Şöyle biliyoruz, Allah biliyor. Allah bilince biz de bize bildirir, biz de biliyoruz. Onun için bir takım var çalışıyor. Abdülkadir Gelen, our Pir and Ahmed Rifai. They are everywhere. They can go anywhere. They let me know. In my heart, I find it. If my heart is resonating with his or her name, I know that he or she is my son or daughter. That's simple. Fakat bundan önce neydi soru hayat?
Hope.
Dünya yani ümit. Allah diyor ki Allah'tan ümit kesmeyin. Bu ne demek? Yani ne? Allah birçok şey istiyor insanlar. Her şeyi ümit ediyor. Ah ben de şu olsam, ben de bu olsam. Fakat en çok ümit edilecek şey Allah'a olan bağ. Allah her ne kadar kötülük yaptıysan, her ne kadar Allah'ı hatırlamadıysan, kendini patron şerif kendin için çalıştıysan, yine Allah'tan ümit kesme. Allah seni yine kabul edecek. Onun için Mevlana demiş, ne olursan ol, dön demiş. Gel. Tam ölürken iman edenler bile Allah kurtarıyor. Onun için ondan önce Allah'a bağlanmaya, gerçeklerin Allah'la kazanılacağına, gerçek sevgi ve huzurun Allah'ın zikriyle olacağına size bildiriyor Allah. Ben de size söylüyorum. Eğer gerçekten mutlu olmak istiyorsanız kalbiniz mutlu olacak. Peygamber Efendimiz diyor. Eğer kalbiniz mutlu değilse bütün vücutta mutlu olmaz. Kalbin mutluluğu da Allah'ın zikrine bağlı. Bu kadar Türkçe. Şimdi İngilizce. How do I know who's my son or not? First of all, my kids are from my nur. I am from Prophet Muhammad's light. So is my life. We are from there. And then we have our Tariqa established up to Qadiri and Rifai. I don't have to know for me personally, but generally, how do you know? It's because Allah brings this person in your thing and your heart resonates. When I see that he's my son or not, or daughter or not, depends on, as I tell them these three things. One, heart-to-heart connection. Their heart has to resonate. Then the mental compatibility. They are thinking the same way. And then the teaching. I want to teach from ground up, and they want to learn from ground up. First I tell him, I teach him what is right, then I ask him to do. This is our method. We don't say you have to do it no matter you believe it or not. No, the other way around. So this is how it can be anywhere in the world. I have outside of the world too. They can be, make no difference. Just my body is here, but my ruh can be anywhere. And so connection, that's another thing. Every person has a different frequency. This is how you are known in the universe, in the world. Angels can find you from your frequency. Jinns can find you from your frequency. Your Shaykh can find you from your frequency. How is that, darling?
That is actually very, very good. And right now, what is happening is every day when you are making rabata, you also connecting to your teacher, and your teacher is receiving your rabata. So this is not like spiritual relationship, although in our order is your sheikh is your father, spiritual father, and I am your spiritual mother. It is not about, oh, how are we going to get to know each other as a family, but it is how are we going to walk this path together to Allah as a family. And your spiritual family, as you keep doing the practices and you join the sohbet and doing the daily practices as well, the connection deepens as your relationship deepens with Allah, with your heart. You realize that it is not about your relationship with other people, but it is about your relationship to Allah. And this is what we are here to teach you and guide you to. And remember, we did an exercise in Saturday Sohbet. We are talking about feeling that connectiveness to whole. And in that whole, we all exist together. Thank you. So our next comment is, if I confront with other murids or other schools or Tariqas, can I claim to be a follower or a student of Qadiri Rifai because of my feelings toward the teachings of you, even if I live far?
Of course, there is no far, no far. I am with you. If you are my student, I am with you.
And before you are our student, we also have muhibs, and we have had muhibs, people who love the way that they learn from this source and they continue to learn from it. And you can say, I am a muhib of this tariqa. And however, taking bayat and taking the next step is, it is Allah's timing. It happens when it happens, but you are welcome to say that.
You know something. Muhammad Abdullah is a sheikh, a true sheikh, which is all merits and this that. In Mexico, I saw him only 3-4 times. He said this in his question and answers. He said, I have seen him only 3-4 times, but he teaches me every day. What I'm talking here, when I listen to him on Sohbet, the exact things is being repeated here. So,
didn't you have an actually experience like that as well?
I am this my Naqshi mentor. My Shaykh sent me to Naqshis in Tarsus because there's no Qadiri. So they are in the hands of Haji Hamza Zatari and his mirrors. Yes, and their job is to train this bear to make him a human being, maybe. And then whatever. Then sometimes I go to Istanbul, go to the Derga. My Shaykh is not there, but her Shaykh is running the show there. And I look, same thing as whatever they're talking to me, same thing, same theme and teaching is done in Istanbul. And maybe everywhere in the world. I don't know.
Wouldn't we like to know that? Is this subject being covered everywhere in the world at the same time?
Yeah.
So when you take a path to Allah, it is your path, and no matter where you are, you're going to learn. And the idea is that you learn this from the source that is assigned to you. It is easier, but Allah will teach you from everywhere.
Oh Allah, Ya Rabbi, please. First of all, we thank you. Shukran ya Allah, shukran ya Allah, for all your blessings. And thank you for giving us the opportunity and helping us to choose the correct path. The path that holding your rope. Ya Adil Ya Murshid Ya Haq Ya Salaam Ya Adil Ya Murshid Ya Haq
Ya Salaam Ya Adil Ya Murshid Ya Haq Ya Adil Ya
Hadi Ya Haq Ya Salaam Ya Hadi Ya Haq
Ya Salaam Ya Hadi Ya Haq Ya Salaam
Ya Hadi Ya Haq Ya Salaam. Thank you for reading it. Please, this was my thing. My prayer to Allah was, please, no matter how much it hurts, teach me and don't let me out of your hand. Don't let me go anywhere. With my own free will, I'm asking you to this requesting, please. So, Ya Adil Ya Murshid Ya Haq Ya Salaam Ya Adil Ya Murshid Ya Haq Ya Salaam Ya Alim. Thank you for teaching us and saving us from darkness and leading into us into light with your Prophet Muhammed, peace be upon him and your prophets and your sheikhs. Ya Rabbi bizi karanlıktan ışığa geçiren Peygamberinle ve şeyhlerimizle bizi geçirdiğin için sana şükürler olsun. Ya Alim, Ya Hakim, Ya Hasib, Ya Hak, Ya Reşid, Ya Alim, Ya Hakim, Ya Hasib, Ya Hak, Ya Reşid, Ya Alim, Ya Hakim, Ya Hasib, Ya Hak, Ya Reşid, Ya Alim, Ya Hakim, Ya
Hak, Ya Reşid,
Reşid, Ya Alim, Ya Hak,
Ya
Ya
Hak,
Alim, Ya Hasib, Ya Alim, Ya Hakim, Ya Hasib, Ya Hak, Ya Reşid, Ya Alim, Ya Hakim, Ya Hasib, Ya Hak, Ya Reşid. Ya Rabbi, please protect us. Allah'ım bizi koru. From the coronavirus.
all the seen and unseen dangers.
And people's jealousies and their evil doings and all that. Please protect us, Ya Rabbi. Ya Muhimmin, Ya Hafiz, Ya Muhimmin, Ya Hafiz. Muhimmin, Ya Hafiz, Ya Muhimmin, Ya Hafiz, Ya Muhimmin, Ya Hafiz. Oh Allah, please give peace, love, and togetherness in goodness to all the believers.
Amen.
And please take this idea of differentiation from the people out. We have to help us to respect each other's ideas and differences. Ya Wadud, Ya Salaam, Ya Jami, Ya Nafi, Ya Wadud, Ya Salaam, Ya Jami. Ya Wadud, Ya Salaam, Ya Jami, Ya Nafi, Ya Wadud, Ya Salaam,
Ya Jami,
Ya Nafi, Ya Rabbi. İnananlara birlik içinde, sevgi ve birlik içinde tut. Onların böyle farklılıklarının birbirlerine olan farklılık veya başka düşüncelerine herkesin birbirine saygı göstermesini sağlayarak. Amin.
Amen.
Ya Rabbi, please feed the hungry. This is one thing I am very keen about. Hunger is a big motive for me. May Allah feed all the hungry, whether it be even an ant, animal or people, animal. Ya Rezzak, Ya Gani, Ya Rezzak, Ya Gani, Ya Rezzak, Ya Gani, Ya Rezzak, Ya Gani, Ya Rezzak, Ya Gani, Ya Rezzak, Ya Gani, Ya Rezzak,
Ya Gani, Ya Rezzak, Ya Gani, Ya Rezzak, Ya Gani, Ya Rezzak.
Allah, please finish the rest of the du'as if you want. We thank you very much, but this is all I can do right now. Rızan Allah, Rızan Rasulullah, Rızan Piran, Rızan all your deceased, especially the recent ones, Hawa and olanlar neydi? Mansur and others. Tüm geçmişleriniz için El Fatiha, Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammedin ve ala Ali seyyidina Muhammed. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Errahmanirrahim. Maliki İyyâke na'budu ve iyyâke nestaîn. İhdina sıratal mustakîm. Sıratellezîne en'amte aleyhim gayril mağdûbi aleyhim veleddâlin.
Amen. Thank you. May you have a wonderful week, inshallah.